So, today is a little bit of a stressful day. No, should I say a lot of a stressful day? Because more than likely Mike has COVID-19. Mike is my dad. So, it's very stressful. I'm in Tennessee and they're in Arizona. But I've been trying to keep my mind busy. I'm worried sick about my mom as well because she hasn't been sleeping. So here's what I done. And now that I'm done putting all this energy in it, it just allows me to go, just think too much. But I did make this little area here with marigolds in it. And I opened up this little pathway here next to this tree, which I didn't have before, but I always walk through it and the dog walks through it, so I did that. It makes it nicer anyway, because now I can get to my flowers in this side of my little rose garden. And back here's where I planted that purple basil in this little corner right here. And that's just bulbs growing. I haven't figured out exactly what I'm doing here this evening, so of course the little waterfall's not pumping. So anyway, so this is what I did over here. Brought in a bunch of dirt for in here and a bunch of dirt for in here. This is where my potatoes are. So these are my, let's see if it focuses. That's the russet potatoes that are all right here. And then all right here is the Kennebec potatoes. And there's my ducks. And I've been bringing gravel back here. And it's opened up so it can, if the water comes, I'm stepping on my tree here. Oh goodness. My light's on. Isn't it kind of pretty? And it's got leaves all over this tree. I have to move it though. It's a tree that gets 25 foot tall. And before I decided to put my garden here, I was going to let it grow here. And it would be perfect because it's a Washington hawthorn and it gets berries on it and it would have dropped for the animals. But now I want my garden here and it gets 25 to 30 feet high and it gets 25 feet wide. And here's the thing, the sun comes from behind me and that's front of me and it's there. So it would block all the sun that I have right here, which I don't want to happen because you can see where the lights are on. That's my onions. Where all these lights are, I have my hydrangeas. I have, well, the little tree right there. Right there is my lilac. This is my crepe myrtle. So, and then all in here, I put wild seed. So, it should do good. See the branch here? I got Kevin to cut it out of the tree. It was right there, but it was crazy and it was blocking everything. I just didn't want it to block any sunlight when the leaves got on it to my garden because the sun will come up right through this sky here. So I got him to cut that off. Actually, he cut off 3 branches. This gigantic one here. And then the other two were a nice size. They were bigger and they came from this tree. And I already dragged it down there. But look, you can see all my fruit trees. Lights, they're all on right now. Pretty awesome. And if you look across there, see all the little lights over there? Those were all my... So here's what will happen. The road comes up here, and those are like all the little flowering trees. They're not big trees. They grow like 10 to 12 to 15 feet high, depending on which tree. So they'll be pink and white trees. So that'll be pretty beautiful. And so that's what I did today. And I brought in, so it looks kind of pretty. I still have to put the potting soil that I bought on top of all that, so I can plant in there. And I actually, because this is at a kind of an incline here a little bit, so I actually dug a ditch. It's like that. It's not terrible so that you would trip on it. And I filled it with gravel, so it would also come down this hill here. It looks like I got this a little too high right here. I'll have to figure that out still. Yeah, that's where I didn't finish. I want this water to go that way. So anyway, hopefully we can still see, because it's kind of cool to do this where you can see all my lights from my trees and all of my little yellow tulips have bloomed here all over right here. Isn't it pretty? So and Gizmo's hanging out with me. And here we are. Da-da, da-da. This is my hummingbird tree, I'm going to call it, because that's where I have my hummingbird things. I took the one down that was hanging over the planter because I didn't want all that sugar dropping in the plant, because I put stuff in there that hummingbirds will probably like. And all in here, I've planted all plants that they're hummingbird mixes. So yeah, they should come up. So yeah, well, we almost got our ditch covered in. Kevin's been working on it, and so it's all covered to here, so we just have this much left. And this is where I've been getting all the gravel, just from our little platform here. We're gonna have to bust another piece off there. This piece is loose, so we need to get that busted off. And so, ooh, look how pretty the magnolia is to the sky. So here's the front. Here's another branch that we had cut off from on that hill earlier, but I planted, here's like, this thing was half dead, but I planted right up here some flowering trees as well. And look, you can see some lights in the background. One is a willow tree back there, and one is just a flowering tree. And then I have another flowering tree right in the front. I need to get me one of my stakes on it. And it's so funny, I did put a couple bulbs in here. Some daffodils. Me and all these yellows. Aren't they pretty? I just did that because when they put this pole in, it was looking kind of ucky. Looks like this light works. I think I'm going to go stick it in there, up there. But we're going to move this, and I think right across here, I'm going to put a plant that I took a bunch of cuttings for. They're called forsythias, and they get yellow in the winter, the plants do. But it'll make a nice little barrier right across here, because they're a nice size shrub, and I think I'm going to rotate some Rose of Sharon in it. But the sky is beautiful tonight. And there's a star in the sky. But I'm not going to be wishing on it. Not tonight. Because I am going to be praying to the God that made all the stars, that my dad Mike gets better. I love you, Mike. And I love you, Mom, and I hope you stay healthy. Get some sleep. Okay, bye.